Dr. Dread Reviews, 1977. Hey! Welcome back to Dr. Dread Reviews. And, hey, I didn't mention the name of the film when I hit the clap thing. I want to see if you can guess it. Okay. Takes place in the summertime. And what an appropriate time for me to do this review, being that it's the end of summer. Okay, takes place in the summertime. Okay, it involves the ocean. Made in the 70s. What? Jaws? No! This movie has like A-list actors in it. Okay? I'm talking John Huston from the Treasure of Sierra Madre, right? With Bogey. I'm talking Bo Hopkins, Midnight Express, Henry Fonda, on Golden Pond, and all those cowboy films he did. Shelley Winters, Night of the Hunter, awesome movie. And don't let anybody tell you that's not a horror movie. Night of the Hunter, check it out. But no, we're not doing Jaws. We're not doing Night of the Hunter. We're not doing any of those slasher camp movies from the summer. We're doing that 1977 classic, Tentacles. Not to be confused with other kind of coals, if you know what I mean. But anyhow, Tentacles. Starring Shelley Winters, Henry Fonda, John Huston, and Bo Hopkins. Oh, I forgot Sheriff Lobo. Sheriff Lobo's in this film. Claude Atkins. You might know him from the Ape movies. He always played the gorilla. I digress. Back to the movie. Okay, so this movie got pretty horrendous reviews. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't that good. But it ain't that bad. It ain't as bad as what the reviews. You know, if you read my written review, when you read my written review, do you read my written reviews? Anyhow, it starts out where I'm saying, yeah, I sent the wife to work because I didn't want to put her through this. It's not all that bad. Actually, if you watch it, there are things if you watch it, when you watch it, there are things about the film that are unintentionally funny, and some things that are actually pretty good, and then there are the things that are just really, really horrible. So I'm going to spoil things for you, but I have to, because this movie's that bad, and you're probably not going to watch it anyhow. Or is it that good? Because I enjoyed it. Boom. Okay, first two deaths in the movie. Well, death number one. They had to outdo Jaws. You remember Jaws, the shark? Bruce, the shark in Jaws. He got the little boy. Remember that? And then later the mother slaps the sheriff across the face. This movie one-ups him. It gets a baby. Right? Kid can't even walk. 1 minute he's there in his stroller, goo goo gaga gee gee, and the next we don't see it happen. But we can use our imagination, and it pulled him into the water. Horrible. Kid's name was Billy. Second death. They must have been stuck for a name. A peg-leg guy out on a boat. Arr, like a pirate. His name was Bill. But the movie keeps going. Some of the goops are really... let's talk about some of the good things. Solid cast. Yeah. John Huston plays a pain in the rear end reporter, and he's kind of old for that part, but it's John Huston. Henry Fonda plays a businessman, and we only see him in clips where he's talking on the phone saying, "Yeah, my company had nothing to do with that." And from what I read, it's because he was going through some health issues at the time, and that's basically all he could do. Shelley Winters plays a mom. A little old for that, if you ask me. But anyhow, she plays a mom, and she has a son who's involved in this great big sailing regalia contest race. So I really don't need to tell you too much about the plot, other than a giant octopus starts terrorizing a small town and anybody who goes in the water. Things to look for in this movie that are things to look for would be the rubber killer whales attacking the dead squid. And it's funny because the killer whales are probably like rubber killer whales bought at the 5 and dime. And the giant squid was an actual dead squid that somebody had, dead octopus that somebody had purchased at like a seafood place. And they were like waving it around, and the killer whales were attacking it, but they would never clamp their mouths shut. And mostly they were seen as like shadows, just doing this. Like that. It's hilarious. Some of the scenes that did work, though, were like the octopus attacking the boat from the bottom. And they never really do say if the octopus was caused by Henry Fonda's company or not, so that's still out there. But hey, you know what? Watch this one because it's that bad. Have a couple of liquid refreshments, and you know, with your best buddy, and make fun of it, because there's a lot to be made fun of. The score and the music is horrible, and there's a scene in it where there's a bunch of still photography. It's like a slideshow of the sailing regalia. I don't know what that was supposed to represent, but one of my favorite parts of the movie is when they introduce a character into a scene through creative editing. She wasn't even in the room. None of the other characters in the room respond to her. Watch it just for that. 1977. The name of the movie is Tentacles. Tentacles. About a giant octopus. If you want class, watch Jaws. 2 years later, out comes Tentacles trying to rip off Jaws, and it only gets Von two skulls from Dr.Dread. I enjoyed it just because. And if you like bad movies, like I do, it was fun. If you like bad movies, go ahead and watch it. Dr.Dread, your friend, reminding you, as always, keep it scary, my friends. Hydration is important.